Hello. Um, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And what a shalom for those or any who may see this, whether regardless of what religion you are, regardless of what persuasion in life you may take. I have a question to pose and a statement to make. You know, generally, when we go on any type of journey, we prepare for it. You know, an army, for example. An army, before they go, they make preparations. You know, they make preparations before they go. They don't just go and jump into war. You study, you make plans, you know. What I mean by studying is you study maps, you know, you study weapons. You know, it's a long process and stage by stage before you actually go into a war. Before we go to a store and we take our children, if you have children, we make preparations by getting the things that are necessary for the children. You have a baby, well, you take that baby and you get the stroller ready, you get the diapers, you get the milk. When you go to school, you take exams. Before you take the exam, you study the test before you go on the journey of taking a test. Okay. Everything in this life, everything that we do requires that we make preparations before we go on whatever type of journey that you take, whatever type of migration that you take. Many of us, we make all these preparations in this world, but the one preparation we do not make is death. You spend all your life doing all type of things. I spend my life doing things. But one thing that a lot of us neglect is preparation for death. The most surest thing in the world is death. It goes by people's houses every day. It goes by, it sees you and it passes you up and it takes somebody else. And one day it's going to pass somebody else and take you. It's a journey, an eternal journey. Have you made preparations for it? Good deeds to people. Being humble. Smiling at people. Giving people that's hungry something to eat. Advising somebody. Not in an arrogant way, but true advice that you want to see this person better. You do all these things as a preparation, but you have to do it with the intention of pleasing the one who created you. If you know that that one that created you wants or likes for this to happen, then that is the thing that you should do in your mind or in your heart. You should do that thing while you're doing those deeds, because it's not just about doing those deeds. It's about for who you're doing it. If you're doing it to be seen by people, it doesn't count. Why? Because you want the glory, you want the praise. You may even want something in return. Now there is nothing wrong with wanting something in return, but that has to be your clear intention. You can't expect, okay, we got, I went out there and I fed this person, but I did it because I want to, be looked upon as somebody special. It don't work like that. The intention, right, has to be there first to please the one who created you. Then you do the action. The action then goes towards the intention and towards the one that you intended it for. So if you intended it for yourself, that's who's going to get it. It's just you. I want the attention because I did something. That's what it goes for. You want the attention of the one who created you, and you're doing it because the creator likes that, or Allah, or Yahuwah. However you want to say Allah, Yahuwah. Yahuwah is the self-existent one. Then that's what it goes. But every day we're fooled. We go out here, we go about our daily lives. Some of us work, some of us indulge in things that just passes time. We never even think about death. We see death all around us. People die all around us. And we still don't prepare for death. We still don't prepare for death. We ignore it, matter of fact, although it is the most surest thing that will come upon us. Why do we do that? It's a trick of Shaitan. Now, for those of you who might not believe in the Shaitan, it's still a trick within your brain. Okay? Because it makes you negligent. So I just want to remind you and me that death is a sure thing. And that it's a journey. It's not the end of something. It's the next stage of life. Just like before when you was in your mother's wombs. And before that you was in your daddy's testicles. Sperm drop. You were just a sperm drop. Then you got put inside your mother's womb. Then you got stage by stage developed on several journeys. Then you come out into this world. Then from this world, you grow in stages. Different journeys in your body, in your soul, in your mind, in your heart. You go through different stages of experiences. Okay? Of this life. Then after that, you leave this earth. What have you prepared for the journey? You prepare for all the other journeys. You prepare before you go to school. You prepare if you're in the war, you go to war. You prepare before you go practice basketball. You know, you prepare before you go do whatever you do. You prepare before you do that thing if you are a person who's serious about that thing that you're preparing for. The difference with death is it don't care if you're serious or not about it, because it is serious about you. It will pluck you up from the life of this world, and then you will have to render an account. Did you do good? Did you do bad? If you did bad, did you feel bad about it in your heart, and did you repent and then try to do good? That's what the next life is based on. The next stage of life, I should say. Death is not the end. Death is the beginning. So I'd like to urge you and urge myself more to remember death more. That's the one thing. If you feeling sad in life, or you feeling stressed out in life, there's two things you can do right here. One, you can remember death. And if you believe that there's a better stage in life, then feel good about that and then work towards that. And if you feel that you've done so much wrong that you're going to go to the hellfire, then, or a punishment of some sort, then you must also understand that there's a way to reverse that by starting to do good. It's never too late till you start doing good. I mean, it's never too late until you die. The problem is you don't know when that is. So I would advise you start getting on it now before it takes you. And you be bankrupt of good in the next stage of life. The other thing that you can do is you can look at people who have less than you in life. If you're sad, like the other day, I was starting to just a little bit stress, a little bit something. And I stopped myself and I said, you know what? I looked at the man on the corner who was in a wheelchair, and he was shaking his head, kept shaking his head, and his leg was amputated, and his other leg was like curled back, and he was shaking his head like this, and he had to rely on somebody to push him. I would never want to be in that state. So I start comparing his state to my state. I said, thank you, Allah. Thank you, Allah, Yahuwah. Thank you, Allah, Yahuwah. Alright? Because Allah is Al-Hayy, the ever-living, the self-existent. Right? And so that is why once I start reflecting on that, then I start reflecting on death. I said, once we all go, we have to render an account. Even and it doesn't matter, even if you're Christian, you still believe faith without works is profitless. So I just want to give this little reminder. It's a serious matter. If you ignore it, you're only hurting yourself, because it will snatch you up. It's going to come. It's going to snatch you up. It's snatching people all around you. And no person is powerful enough to stop it. So the smartest thing to do is to get prepared and stop playing. Stop playing. It's no joke. Don't think there's nothing done in this world without a purpose. You're not here without a purpose. You didn't go through all them stages in your mother's womb and the different stages and developing a body just to come here and to die. Look above you sometimes. Look how the heavens are, the planets rotate around the sun, as people say. Or even if you don't see it rotating around the sun. You see every day consistent. It's night, it's day. It's night, it's day. It's morning, it's night, it's day. It's consistency. That means something is making it consistent. And I'm not talking about the mechanism that makes it consistent. So we need to focus on death. If you do that, much of your stresses in life will go away, because that will be the big thing you will only think about. And then the good that you do in this world, you still interact in the world. You see? So it doesn't mean cancel out the world and just sit there and worry. No. It means you start doing the good things, some things you did, but you fix your intention towards the one who created you. Now you're living in life. Now you're aware of the next stage of life. Death is like a doorway. You step into it and it closes behind you, but this one disappears. It never returns until Allah, Yahuwah, wants it to return. So it's my little bit of advice. Think about death. Think about death. Because in truth, like I said, death is just another stage of life, right? So actually, you've had several deaths already. Think about it. In a lesser way, it's just if this is the major death. This is the major death. Your skin. When you're a baby, you have the different skin, but when you're older, you have a different type of skin on you. Your old skin is either gone. That skin died. This skin grew in its place. This life is gonna die or go away, and another life is gonna grow in its place, the next stage. So be prepared for it. Peace be with you. Be prepared for it.